Jukes, We Hardly Knew Ye is the fifth episode of the second season of Frasier, directed by the wonderful James Burrows. And in this one, Martin invites Frasier and Niles down to Jukes, and they're very suspicious about this because he's never done that before, and it's a pretty important occasion. But it turns out that actually Jukes is being closed down, and unbeknown to Martin, Frasier and Niles are part of the investment group that are going to be tearing it down to make way for, I think, a mini mart, if I remember correctly. And the guilt really eats away at Frasier. Will he tell Martin? And if he does, how is Martin going to react? It's really nice to be in Martin's space for once. Martin spends a lot of time, obviously, in Frasier's home. Occasionally we see him in other areas that Frasier frequents. But to have Niles and Frasier in Martin's watering hole of choice, I think is quite nice. Obviously, it's bittersweet because Jukes is being closed down, and we don't want that for Martin at all. And it's not nice to see Martin being upset and frustrated. But there is enough comedy in this to obviously keep things relatively funny. It isn't actually the most entertaining episode in terms of being funny and comedic. There are bits here and there, but it's definitely one of the more heartfelt episodes. And there are some lovely moments between Frasier and Martin. One of my favourites is when Martin realises that actually he probably should have invited Frasier down sooner. And the fact that he hadn't suggests that maybe he didn't spend enough time with Frasier when he was younger. We also get a brief mention of Cheers, not by name, but Frasier does briefly remember fondly the time he spent at that pub in Boston, which makes me smile quite a lot. We have a subplot involving Daphne going on a third and fourth date, and it's fine. There's a little bit of comedy there. I definitely think that provided some comedic relief between the slightly heavier scenes with Martin and Frasier. And ultimately, it's a really good episode. It may not be the most laugh out loud funny, but it's very moving. There is some comedy in there, of course, and generally a really enjoyable episode. It was nice, of course, to see Jukes, to have a change of environment, to see Martin somewhere where he feels really comfortable. We had some other characters in there. Definitely had a lot going for it. May not be an all-time favourite episode, but I'm pretty sure it's one I'll always enjoy watching nevertheless.